days like today, I feel crazy. Literally, I feel as if I'm going insane because the lack of self-awareness as a society that people possess. I like to think of myself as like, I don't know. I don't even want to say special in some way, but I have a God-given talent of self-awareness to a degree that makes me feel isolated, where I question my own sanity. Not in a concerning way, but in a way of like, from time to time, feeling alone, in a sense of wondering like, do people see the shit that I see? Do people notice the things that I notice? Do people lack the empathy that I have for humanity? Do they understand that words hurt, and the things that they say and the actions that they choose to do have an impact, have an effect on other people's sanity, have an impact on other people's mental health. And that's not to say that we should walk on eggshells around anyone or baby anyone in a sense, but it just amazes me the lack of self-awareness and situational awareness that people lack as a whole. And it scares me. It scares me because I'm thinking, am I the only person that sees this right now? Like, am I the only person that cares? What if I was one of these people? What if I didn't care? Like, you know what I'm saying? What if I didn't give a shit to hurt people's feelings? What if I didn't give a shit to negatively impact others or make them feel as if they're crazy? I think that's one of the worst things that you can do to a human, is cause them to feel alone in their thinking and cause them to feel crazy, as if nobody else shares the same thoughts as they do. And I think that's part of my reason for this whole YouTube thing, why I make these videos, why I speak so comfortably on my own emotions, my own feelings, my own intrusive thoughts, and my own thoughts in general, because I want to give you guys, an understanding that whatever crazy thoughts you guys might be having, or whatever thoughts that you deem as what might be crazy or insane or weird or whatever the case is, there's other people that share these thoughts too, so I come to this platform and I speak comfortably, but I speak openly, because I don't think you should ever judge anybody for their thoughts, you know what I'm saying, because they're just thoughts. Now, if a person acts on what might be intrusive thoughts, or what might be thoughts that can be harmful, or whatever the case is, now that's something different. You can definitely judge a person's character based off of how they act off of emotion, or how they act off of thought. But I'm the type of person that I'm very understanding, and I grew up around a lot of, I guess, mental health issues and mental health problems, and drugs, which can lead to personality disorders or whatever the case is. So for me, it's like, if someone comes to me with an idea, or someone comes to me with their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts, I will never make them feel, or at least I will do my best to never make them feel like what they're thinking, what they're feeling isn't valid. Because in the moment, those thoughts, those emotions, those feelings can be so valid, and they can be so overwhelming, that if a person excludes you and makes you feel as if you're crazy, it can be harmful. It can be detrimental to that person's, to their day, to their life, to how they view society, and how they view partnership and friendship and all these things, So a day like today is just crazy, because I've seen a lot of examples of the lack of self-awareness of how what you do, in everything that you do, everything is an energy exchange. Every time that you come in contact with a person, every time you speak to a person, every time that you hug a person, every time that you walk by a person, everything is an energy exchange. And it's very important that you are self-aware, but also making these conscious decisions to do the right thing in every situation. And it can be hard because, a lot of people don't think this way, but you need to think this way because there's very few people that do. And in my opinion, that's what's keeping society at bay. It's what's keeping society together, is the people that do, have that voice in their head that, tells them, oh, that's just a thought, or that's just an idea. You don't have to act on that. That voice in your head, that subconscious mind that gives you the ability to think before speaking, to say. And like I said, I'm rambling here, but today was just one of those days where it's just like, it's crazy that people aren't in tune with their own spirituality, in a sense of like understanding that there's so much more to life than your own perspective. There's so much more to life than your own belief, your own whatever the case is. Who am I to say the next person is wrong or right? And you can come to me and you can come tell me that the sky is orange, right? And obviously it's blue. But I'm going to try to understand, well, this person's perspective is different. Why is their perspective of the sky being orange, rather than trying to come in a way of telling you my way's the right way, your way's the wrong way. I genuinely care to hear about people's perspective on life. I grew up around a lot of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, in a very bad, poor neighborhood. So my perspective on life is going to be completely different than a person who grew up in a 2-parent households where both parents make a good income and they never have to worry about money. So because of that, I don't know. I think maybe it's just because my upbringing was different that I'm able to tap in and out of different perspectives and understand, well, I might not agree with this person's perspective, but that's their perspective. And it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily right or they're necessarily wrong. It's just, we come from different backgrounds, or we see the sky as 2 different shades of blue, or whatever the case is, So it's crazy to see. But I encourage you guys, before I end this video, I encourage you guys to really be conscious of the decisions that you're making. Really be self-aware and aware of your surroundings and the way that you are impacting others and how people are impacting you. Remember, everything is an energy exchange. So if people are not adding positive energy, then they are subtracting positive energy. Nobody likes an energy vampire. Nobody likes a person that is doing nothing but taking energy from them. And it's important that you're self-reflecting and making sure that you're not being that void in another person's life, creating negative energy and causing them self-destructive ways, or causing them to have negative moments throughout the day. So that's all I have for you guys today. Yeah.